Welcome to STSPN. We're here tonight at Glacier Peak High School in Snohomish, Washington for a soccer match between the Glacier Peak Grizzlies and the Mountlake Terrace High School Eagles. Falcons. Hawks. Birds. They're birds anyway. They're hawks. That's right. So just now getting introduction to the players out here on the field. Mountlake Terrace comes into this game tonight with a 4-3 league record, 5-5-2 overall. Matched up pretty close to Glacier Peak with a 3-3-1 league record and a 4-6-1 overall record. And that fourth win for the Grizzlies came last Tuesday night, was probably considered one of the biggest upsets for the Glacier Peak Grizzlies this year as they upset Arlington 3-0. We'll pause for the Pledge of Allegiance for the moment. All right.
Have a good game. And reminder, the concession stand is open.
A couple of the young JV players there giving the Pledge of Allegiance tonight. And the JV players had an excellent game against Mountlake Terrace prior to this matchup right now. That game, I think, was 7-1 victory for Glacier Peak. So that JV team has got quite a record going. I think they've only got a couple losses this year so far. So they're doing quite well. Double rainbows last time we were at this stadium on Tuesday night for that upset with Glacier Peak over Arlington. I'm not sure what they fed the girls or what they didn't feed the girls, but it was certainly a well-played game and a nice upset victory for the Grizzlies. Talking earlier to Evan Hatch, coach for the Terrace Hawks over there, explained to me that they only have 14 players on the team. Actually, they only had 13 until just this week. They brought up Haley White from the JV squad. She'll be wearing number 9 out there tonight. And we'll see how well they do. They've got 5 freshmen on this Mountlake Terrace High School team. And even though Mountlake Terrace has got a pretty good football team, apparently they don't get a lot of candidates in here for soccer. And I think he mentioned to me they were on the verge of, attendance-wise, swinging into the 2A division, which would be an interesting thing to happen for the Glacier Peak Mountlake Terrace rivalry. 40 minutes of soccer here tonight. Glacier Peak, Mountlake Terrace in the first half. Last 2 minutes of each half. Clock will stop on the scoreboard, but the official clock is kept down on the field by head referee tonight, who is Vernon Winters in center, and running the lines tonight we have Scott Engel and Jordan Porch. And here we go. Ball out of bounds to the near side here for a Glacier Peak throw in. Kia Dayton drops it into Rebecca.
On the field, it's for Glacier Peak. Emily Peterson's in goal. 4, Bex Rothschild. 5, Haley Tracy.
PA announcer seems to be wanting to let you know who's on the field for the team right now.
15, Marissa Johnson. 16, Kaya Dayton. 20, Alyssa Jordan.
Not sure how much PA is coming over the actual mic, but we'll see how it turns out. Very little. Okay. Throw in far side Glacier Peak as Glacier Peak brings the ball down on their end of the field here. Nice throw in drop to the far side. Center ball mid. Nicely defended by Terrace. And taken away by Terrace on the far side. And that ball deflected out of bounds over off of Haley Tracy for a Terrace throw in way downfield. And again, off Glacier Peak number 14, Sarah Starenka. Sarah just barely turned around in time to see that one. Nice long throw. That girl's got as good a throw as any soccer player I've seen, boy or girl, yet this year. And that's very helpful for the Terrace team when they're down close to their goal with that long a throw in. She can get it up in the middle of the field. Ball control in the middle of the field by Vicky Goudreau, far side. Try to make a run down the field here. There's a long ball going flow. If a little speed might be dripped back to the goalie, did not. Mountlake Terrace decided to play that ball out of bounds on the near side here. Kaya Dayton will make this throw in, looking toward center field, down toward Vicky Goudreau, headed back up to midfield. Nicely cleared out by Glacier Peak there, and down the right sideline. Rebecca Rothschild with a slightly mis-centered kick there, but ball back in the hands of the Grizzlies, or the feet of the Grizzlies as it turns out, as they play a little ball control midfield here. Good header by number 22 down there, struggling to fight off Sarah Stranka at the far end of the field, and Sarah was able to hold her off for a goal kick for the Grizzlies here. Each team trying to feel each other out here tonight to see how the game's going to get together, how physical it's going to be, what the ref's going to let go.
What's Mountlake Terrace's record?
Mountlake Terrace is 5-5-2 overall, just slightly better than Glacier Peak, but they haven't played a couple of the bigger teams yet. They haven't played Arlington yet, and Arlington was ranked number 6 in the state, but I think that loss to Glacier Peak Tuesday night might affect that ranking in the long run. We'll see how the voters vote. Pretty good ball control by Terrace girls here tonight. There's a ball right up in the center of the goal. Kick back in front of the goal. That ball is dangerously in front of the goal, and there's just almost no way that shouldn't have gone in for Terrace, but deflected or over the top of the goal to result in a goal kick for Emily Pedersen there. As we come in on the 5-minute mark of the game, 35 minutes left to go. All right, let's see if the Grizzlies can get the ball back out in control. There's a missed pass, lost control. That ball will go out of bounds on the near side here with the Glacier Peak throw-in. Down the line to Vicky Goudreau, who couldn't handle it and lost it out of bounds right in midfield. That ball misplayed by Marissa Johnson there and resulted in a nice cross over the top for the Terrace girls here tonight, but no goal. So
Those are a couple of really close misses.
Yeah, Terrace got a couple of good shots on goal here right now tonight, and I think Glacier Peak going to have to put a little more intensity into how they're playing here, because right now they're being outplayed slightly by these Terrace Hawks. Again, throwing on the far side for Terrace. There's a long ball from far side right to Emily Pedersen at the goal. Not really a shot, but more of an attempt to get the ball up in midfield there. Things seem to be slowing down momentarily here for whatever reason. Vicky Goodrow controlling the ball in midfield there, trying to make a run over the far side. Oh, that might have been close to a handball on Vicky, but she got away with it. Vicky controlling the ball again, gets challenged and tried to drop it back to Kaya Dayton, and pass went out of bounds. Hawks throw in midfield down the line. Give up the ball quickly to Glacier Peak. Vicky Goodrow passed the ball to Johnson over to Kia, and Kia missed another pass. And that will be another Hawk throw in here on the near side. Nice ball sailing downfield there. Sarah Stranka coming over and bailing out, as I call it, when they kick it out of bounds. And will be a nice terrace throw in here on about the 20-yard line. Not a very strong throw, but right down the sideline is the case. Challenged in the corner. Linesman says the ball crossed the end line and will be a goal kick for the Grizzlies. Looks like Sarah's going to take this goal kick, which is a good move for the Grizzlies because she can put it a little bit further than Emily can. And that ball does sail clear past midfield here. But down the sidelines and on a short cross out past the goal line, past the goal. But again, Terrace Hawks down there with another ball up toward the front of the goal and a possible scoring opportunity had that been just a little bit more to the left. Sarah back again taking the kick down the far side, bounced up over the heads. That's going to be a GP throw in on the far side. Let's see if we can get the ball moved down here to the left side of the field. Get some action shots by the Grizzlies here. Nice long throw by Paige Lipinski down the sideline. Taking control by the Hawks. Lead ball down the side and a long flying kick over the goal. And I'm sure that would consider a shot on goal. That's like a couple of shots on goal and a couple of attempts on goal that didn't result in shots on goal, but Hawks are taking to the Grizzlies right now on this 10-minute mark of the game gone by.
I'd like to thank the parents of the soccer club. Julie.
I'd like to send out a thank you. That she's actually offsides, and he did call her. A thank you for the Glacier Peak Soccer Booster Club.
Helping to support us.
Yeah, they help support us here a lot. It's Julie Matheny, her daughter Jocelyn, number 3, is on this Glacier Peak team. Jocelyn's a senior. She happens to be on the bench right now, but she'll be in there. Tough little player and a nice little player. Unfortunately, their GP was offsides. So free kick easy on this end. Challenged by number 20 there. Number 20 is Alyssa Jordan, up from the freshman team, number 20. Again, Hawks got the ball down on the far end of the field. Nice center cross in the middle and deflected off of a Hawk, but quickly Emily Pedersen comes out of the goal and takes that one up in her hands. Boots it back down to midfield, bouncing over the head. There's a nice ball taken away back in the midfield there. Alyssa Jordan, nice feed. She's not offside. Take it up and shoot. Oh, got too far in front of her. Good try, though. Alexis let that ball roll just a little bit too far, and Megan lost it going toward the goal. So, ball back again over to the middle to Megan Brame. Let's see what she can turn on this one. Turns it back to Haley Tracy, over to Vicky Goudreau, back to Haley, and deflected by Terrace. Ball's in midfield. We got 3-on-2 for a run-in. Nice shot across. That ball, if that ball had not had a little curve on it, that ball would have crossed into the goal. Beautiful run there by the Terrace Hawks, and a nice cross shot, but did not result in a goal. Sydney Mendenhall going in the game.
Samantha Ruiz replacing.
I had a little whiffle to that wiffle ball.
Had a whiffle on it, yeah. Coming, Maddie Kuligowski coming out as we close in on 26 minutes left to go in this first period. No score yet in this soccer match here tonight at Glacier Peak High School in beautiful Snohomish County. So again, the ball's kind of controlled down on the far side by the Hawks, and not really a good cross, but goal results in a goal kick for the Grizzlies here. Again, Sarah Sarenka back there to make this goal kick. Should be down about the 50-yard line, and it is. Attempted to be controlled by Alyssa Jordan and lost it in midfield, but now back to Alyssa. Drops it off to Rebecca Rothschild. She can send it forward. She's got players up there. There's a nice lead, but too far right to the goalie. Good idea. Always a good idea to loop that ball up in front of the defenders. Weak kick by Terrace goalie here, and that ball is deflected out of bounds. Linesman said it was off Megan Brame for a Terrace throw in. Terrace controlling back in midfield on the far side. A lot of bang bouncing around in there, and nobody got a shot off, but going to the far side, Paige Lipinski hits that ball off Terrace Grill as she was trying to hit it out of bounds, which will be a Glacier Peak throw-in on the far side. Lucky break for Glacier Peak that ball didn't bounce the wrong way down there in that little jumping around. Paige, nice long throw downfield. Ball back in Glacier Peak control almost, and it is now as it was knocked out of bounds on the far side there. There's a ball still playing down in, trying to play that ball in. That ball is out. Ball seems to bounce over the heads of these girls quite a bit. Need to play outfield more. Well, that girl caught that in her hands, but I think she got away with that. Back in midfield to Rebecca Rothschild over the near side. Glacier Peak looking for a run down the side. There's a long ball, not through, but a good attempt to try to feed it through. And a long ball by the Grizzlies. Knocked out of bounds by Marissa Johnson on the far side after a long run down there by the Terrace Hawks. There's an opportunity to throw that ball up in front of the goal there for Terrace again and possibly get a shot on goal. Drops it in short to the short player, trying to turn and make a turn on goal, and makes a wide shot on goal or cross and result in another goal kick for the Grizzlies. Not too much happening here for the Grizzlies as far as shots on goal. A couple of attempts here, one off sides and one rolled away. As we see a different Grizzly team than we saw Tuesday night here.
They're probably tired.
They're not playing as much control ball as they did Tuesday, which is interesting. But I don't know if they're tired. They might be a little tired. Last night was powder puff night, and a lot of these juniors and sophomores were probably even playing powder puff after soccer practice. And who knows what time they finally got to bed after playing that and doing their homework and all the other good things they need to do. There's a good ball coming down the near side. Looks like Glacier Peak's playing a lot of kickball instead of a lot of pass ball here tonight. So we need to get back in that control. There's another ball headed up forward, but not in control. That ball, they're just kicking into the middle to nobody. We've got to kick white to white or pass white to white. There we go with Vicky Goudreau coming down the middle. Tried to pass it off to Rebecca Rothschild, but missed the pass. Long shot down goal to Emily Pedersen, who will kick the ball out. 20 minutes left to go in this first period roughly, as there's no score. And nice quiet night here tonight. That ball rolls out of bounds near side. Nice throw in by Terrace. Rebecca Rothschild with a long ball. Not really to anybody. So the long balls downfield don't seem to be working for the Grizzlies as much as they do for the Hawks here tonight. If they continue to bring the ball down on their end of the field. Threatening again here. Throw in into the goal. Knocked out of bounds by Sarah Sarenka there. Be another Hawks throw in here, about 30-yard line of the field. That ball's out of bounds. Be another Hawk throw in here. Same place, about the 30-yard line. Another cross in front of the goal. That ball went in. And that ball, not sure who that deflected off of, but that's a Terrace score. And
It's a matter of time.
the number of times they had down here to do it, yeah, the odds are the more you're down there. So
It looked like that goal from Mountlake Terrace was scored by number 10, Maddie Powers.
18 minutes left to go after that goal was scored there. I think it was scored by Matty Powers. At least that was the PA announcer's call. And there's another shot at goal, far wide of goal. And that ball sails back to the far end of the fence. And one of the assistant coaches for the Mountlake Terrace team will again walk down there to make that retrieval of that ball way back there, 30 yards behind the goal. Again, Glacier Peak is not controlling the ball well. Thought that goal might have inspired them to do something great. Another shot wide of the goal. And again, Glacier Peak is behind the 8 ball, as they say, as the Hawks continue to put pressure on here. We close in under 17 minutes remaining in this first half. Starting to see some substitutions here by Linda Torrey for Glacier Peak, because she's not happy with the way things are working out as that ball gets up into the center. And there's another ball in the center. And they just dodged another bullet here. That could have been easily another shot on goal by the Terrace Hawks. There's a nice feed forward. Oh, that ball is kicked off the sidelines. Could have been given to the goalie, but Terrace kicked it off the sidelines, and it will be a Glacier Peak throw-in as number 7, Isabel Kohler, comes into the game.
Coming off for Glacier Peak, number 7, Izzy Kohler replacing Paige Lepetska.
Paige Lepetska comes out for the Grizzlies. Again, a long ball down the far side here. Out of bounds will be a Grizzly throw-in. Closing in on the 15-minute mark here left to go in the game. And in the first half here. Out of bounds again. Grizzly throw-in. Kelsey Carl throws it far down the line. Controlled by Rebecca Rothschild. Feed out to the right side. Going to drop back. Should have dropped back to Isabel Kohler, who was right in the middle. Looks like Vicky Goudreau has dropped back into defensive position here. Spot where Paige Lepetsky just came out of the game. Now Grizzlies are passing the ball like they can, being challenged. Kia Dayton tried to feed that through and didn't get through. Linesman says that ball's out of bounds. It'll be a Glacier Peak throw in here at midfield. Throw in taken. No, it was going to be. He was a knockdown, so this will be a free kick by Kia Dayton. Nice long ball up over the head, off the head of number 11, Danya Kavingi. Danya Kavingi, the only girl on the team whose name is more difficult to pronounce. And the Grizzlies got the ball almost deflected back in front of the goal again for a shot on goal. And here's another possible attempt. Here's a cross in front of the goal. Let's see who's there. And the ball's deflected out of bounds on the far side. Will be a throw-in for the Terrace Hawks. 1-0 Hawks lead this game with that goal earlier this half. Nice throw in down the middle, deflected off Terrace and out of bounds and off of the Grizzlies. Referee Vernon Winters says that's going to be a corner for the Hawks. And based on the way the Hawks have been crossing the ball in there, I believe this corner's got a good chance of being up there in front of the goal as well. So let's see just what transpires here. There's a nice shot up in front of the goal. Oh, it was shot into the goal, deflected. Unfortunately, not sure who that Grizzly was in there, but somebody got their foot on it right in front of the goal. Or that would have been goal number 2, score number 2 for the Hawks here tonight. Dangerous corner kick for sure as we close in on 12 minutes remaining. Again, Grizzlies down 1-0 with that goal earlier. Again, the Grizzlies lose control of the ball in midfield, but unfortunately, so do the Hawks as they drop it off out of bounds on the far side for a Grizzly throw-in, taken by Victoria Goudreau down the field. And still in control of the Hawks as they head the ball back and forth between teams. Another ball tried to be booted downfield, but it wasn't too. And that's sub, please. So we got number 13, Maddie Kuligowski, going back into the game here. Taking out.
Entering for Glacier Peak, number 13, Maddie Kuligowski, replacing Alyssa Jordan.
Alyssa Jordan, who was number 20. Ten minutes left to go in this game. In this half of the game. Free kick over there for the Grizzlies. A little bit of physical activity on the far side by Terrace Hawks here. There's a weak shot on goal. Oh, off the hands of the goalie, and that's going to be a corner kick for the Grizzlies. Interesting that she tipped that one out instead of letting it go or catching it. I think she probably intended to catch it, but she didn't. Alexis McCrae probably wishes she had caught it. Let's see if this corner kick can result in the equalizer here for the Grizzlies tonight, as any corner kick is potentially dangerous for a goal scorer. Terrace has 3 defenders in front of the goal, 1 on each post as they start to make their run. There's the ball up far in the middle, off the ground, off nobody's head, on the ground, bouncing around, shot on goal, and it's in there. And that goal was made.
Glacier Peak goal is scored by number 13, Maddie Kuligowski.
That's Maddie Kuligowski. It was. So you bounce the ball around in there enough, you get a goal. And that was the equalizer, as I said, off that corner with almost about 9 minutes left to go here. So the equalizer, 1-1, as Grizzlies get back in this game with one of the few times they had the ball down at that end of the field. Off a corner kick in the middle, loose ball bouncing around, and goes in the goal off a nice shot. Again, Terrace down the far side, looking to make a center cross. Nice move, and he does make the cross. Deflected by Vicky Goudreau off the end line, and that will be a corner kick for the Mountlake Terrace Hawks here tonight. 8 minutes remaining in this first period. And just like the Grizzlies can threat on a corner kick, so can the Hawks as they get ready to cross this up in front of the goal here. Here's the shot. It's up in front of the goal, off the head of a Terrace girl and out toward the middle. Still bouncing off the heads of the girls. The ball hits the ground off the head of Vicky Goudreau in there, and out comes Emily Pedersen to quickly grab that ball and thwart that attempt for a goal there for the Hawks tonight. A little excitement there again for the Hawks. Let's see if we can get a little more excitement for the Grizzlies here. Ball played cleverly by Sydney Mendenhall down here. And that pass forward did not get through. Long pass to nobody. That pass was supposed to be to Sydney, but did not get to her. And Jocelyn Athene's up off the bench. Looks like Jocelyn's going to get a few minutes of time here toward the end of this game. Oh, not a good play there. Saved on the far side by Vicky Goudreau. Sarah Saranka tried to clear that ball out, but cleared it right into the body of a Hawk.
Entering for Glacier Peak, number 3, Jocelyn Matheny, replacing Haley Tracy.
Haley Tracy comes out of the game for the Grizzlies here with 6 minutes remaining, as Jocelyn Matheny does go into the game. Jocelyn, senior here, Glacier Peak High School. That ball cleared up out the far side by Vicky Goudreau. Will be a Hawk throw-in on the far side. Again, Hawks threatening heavily down here. And lining up for a quick throw-in. The ball's headed back off the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for the Grizzlies here. 1-1 score here, tied up, closing in on the 5-minute mark remaining in this first period. The Grizzlies try to get that magic going that happened under the rainbows last Tuesday night. Double rainbows over the field here, end to end, and not called. Was called. A little knockdown on the far side will be a free kick for Glacier, or for the Mountlake Terrace Hawks. And from there, she certainly can lay that ball right up in front of the goal. So Emily Pedersen better have her eyes on that ball and see if she can figure out which way it's going to go or get deflected if it does, as she drops it toward the center. There it is, over the head and cleared on the far side, still in control of Terrace, and cleared out by the Grizzlies momentarily. As Lily Hart controls the ball down the far side here very strongly. So, again, Terrace controlling the ball strongly on Grizzly end of the field here, back in midfield, and Grizzlies just doing a little boot ball again here and not much control ball passing as they're playing don't lose type soccer. There's a ball. Isabel Kohler loses that one. Ball's booted back in the midfield. Unfortunately, there's no one there to control it. That ball shot up the far side. Elsie Carl's on a run trying to get it, and that ball sailed out of bounds by Danya Kavingi. on the far side as she does a nice job defending that lead ball coming up her way. Looks like we have Vicky Goudreau coming all the way up to make that throw in on the far side. She looks it down in the middle toward Maddie Kuligowski and back out, and a shot on goal by Vicky, but a low burner on the ground, picked up quickly by Alexis McCrae, Hawks goalie, and as she drops it back out into midfield here. Ball bouncing in the air now. Looks like there's going to be a call there between the ref. Looks like it's going to go against the Hawks. Not sure what. Maybe he just called timeout because it looks like he's going to do a drop ball there. I think he might have thought somebody got their head hit, but I think players are all right, and they do drop the ball. I think that's a referee discretional timeout there for a potential injury.
The remaining time will be kept on the field.
And we're down to that 2-minute mark.
Don't forget to get ready for the
So the referee will be letting us know when that officially ends here. As we still look at that 1-1 tie. Grizzlies getting pretty much outplayed this first half here, even though they were able to get that equalizer. Throwing on the far side, Jocelyn Matheny controls, passes over. And there's a lead ball upfield there. It's called boot ball and not pass ball, so we got to play pass and control here. Come on, Kia. Grizzly throw in. Kia Dayton throws a nice ball down the sidelines. Nice long ball down the far side. Unfortunately, we'll go off the end line there as Marissa Johnson blocks off Lily Hart from getting to that ball here. So another goal kick here for the Grizzlies. Probably less than a minute left to go here. See how far this goal kick gets played. Nicely captured there. Jocelyn Matheny gets knocked off the ball and then knocks down Isabel Kimball. Yeah, Isabel gets the shot here, and this ball probably head down toward the goal. If it gets cleared out, I'm thinking that this might be the end if it goes over, and Emily Peterson comes out to get that one. Rolls it out, and that is the end of the first half here as the referee does blow his whistle down there. And so we'll take a short break here for about 10 minutes and be back for second half action here at Glacier Peak High School. Grizzlies versus Hawks. So we live back. Okay, back here at Glacier Peak High School for the second half of this soccer match here between Glacier Peak Grizzlies and Mountlake Terrace Hawks as we start the beginning of this second half here. Grizzlies going the other way this time. Maybe they can keep the ball down there on that end of the field. You see a slightly different lineup here. Notice Jenna McLean out there in center midfield. Terrace girl down the ground here near side. I did not see what happened. I was looking the other way. She's not feeling too good. I think they're going to call the coach over. They do. Evan Hatch coming over to see what we got going on here, and it looks like it's Maddie Powers, number 10. Maddie, the junior midfielder here. She's looking at her ankle, I think. I can get a better look at it here.
On the field to start the second half for Glacier Peak, Emily Peterson in goal.
Yeah, she's kind of, look, she's getting up. So I think she's going to be all right as she walks off the field.
Sarah Stranka, Marissa Johnson, Maya Dayton, Paige Petska.
So probably have a sub here for Maddie Powers as she leaves the field. Walking, she's walking pretty good, so looks like she'll be all right. Nice to see that. Don't like to get any of these kids hurt in any way, shape, or form, and sometimes they get those ankle injuries or knee injuries, and they just really take you out for 6, 8, 10 weeks or more. But they recover, and this ball is dropped in. The traditional play given to the Mountlake Terrace Hawks as they are allowed to.
Substitution replacing Maddie Powers is number 6, Brianna.
Back to the goalie. And Emily Patterson hits that ball out in midfield. Long ball. Out of bounds on the side here. Sarah Shrinka throwing that ball out as they get a long ball up to, and they're in front of the goal with a shot on goal again that goes right up through the goalpost. But again, as you start the second half here, the Hawks come out strong and get a first shot on goal here. So we move on to this game. Nice long ball down midfield, handled by Terrace. Ball rolls out of bounds off the end line. Should be goal kick here for the Grizzlies. Sarah Saranka is lining the ball up on this near side corner of the goal box as he attempts to get the ball down the far side of the field here. Sarah got to do a little stretch movement down there. Make sure she gets it all wound up properly. Little backspin on that ball off the head of Vicky Goudreau. Drops. Oh, that's a handball, ref. You missed that one, but maybe next time. As again, Hawks fly down the far side of the field, controlling the ball, and didn't quite lose that out of bounds on the far side. And there's another shot up across the goal, off the end line, and that will be a goal kick for the Grizzlies here. Terrace Hawks coming out very strong. Grizzlies have yet to get the ball past midfield here as we spend away about 5 minutes of this second period. 35 or so left to go in this game. There's a nice long ball through in the center and kicked off the end line by Marissa Johnson. Should be a corner kick here for the Hawks, and these corner kicks, they are dangerous. Looks like that's Allison Lorraine making this corner kick here for the Hawks. He's that near post, far post covered as that ball is right up in front of the goalie. Knocked off the other side of the goalie by Emily Pedersen, which will get a corner kick from the opposite side, and lucky she did that. And holds the suspense out here a little bit longer. And Allison Lorraine is running from this corner to the far corner to take the corner kick on the far side. Got to set the ball up in the right spot for her. And again, ball up far outside. And that ball is deflected off of a Hawk off the end line. And will be a corner kick or a goal kick here for the Grizzlies. Is that good assistant coach from the Mountlake Terrace Hawks keeps chasing loose balls back there for both teams and keep the pace of play up here as we get this ball down toward midfield. And that ball was sailed out of bounds by Sydney Medenhall trying to make a pass over there. Just overshot it. Bad luck to get that a little too hard. That ball going to still be a Terrace throw-in on the far side. And kicked out again on the far side by Grizzlies. And another throw-in down in front of the goal again. Individually controlled temporarily by the Hawks as they run down the sideline and get a ball centered up over the goal. And that ball went off the end line. The linesman over there is calling another corner on the far side. And once again, the Hawks get a scoring opportunity here as we close in with 32 minutes remaining. 1-1 tie here at Glacier Peak High School tonight. Slight breeze picking up a little bit as the temperature drops. Not sure what the delay is here. Here we go. There's a ball right in front of the goal, and it went in. Dropped right in front of, I think that was number 6, Brianna Cockbain. That was McKenna Hunt, number 8. Looked like number 6 from this angle, but we'll give McKenna Hunt that goal, and just like that, that corner kick is a big threat here, and the Hawks take off with that 2-1 victory again, or lead here. Grizzlies get the ball downfield on a big long ball kick, but right now they don't have a lot of control as the ball goes off. Head of Kelsey Carls, I think, on the far side and out of bounds. And again, Grizzlies are passing the ball to no one, and that ball's out of bounds on the far side as well. Quick throw in as the ball rolls on down. And that ball's off. Hawks on the far side. Be a Grizzly throw in. Let's see if we can't get something moving down this way. There's a quick ball, but to nowhere. Ball down midfield, strongly defended there. Oh. There's a ball up in front of the goal, bouncing around. Vicky Goudreau clearing the ball out midfield. Rebecca Rothschild sliding into a tackle there. And the ball is booted out of bounds on the far side by the Hawks. It will be a Grizzly throw-in. A little bit of a attempt on goal was thwarted there by the Grizzlies. Let's see if we can once again get this ball down on the far side of the field here for the Grizzlies to do something, get back in this game. They're down 2-1. Oh, there's a miss hit, and the ball's bouncing around in midfield there, and they have 3 Terrace girls in there, but that was not a good play, passing the ball to Terrace. And that ball's up, sailing in and to the hands of Emily Pedersen. Oh, we got the ball down the far side at least. A little push off. Strongly played over there. Hallie Tracy trying to get the ball somewhere. Gets out of bounds on the far side for a Grizzly throw in. Got Maddie Kuligowski up front on the right side. Jenna McLean in the center. And Rebecca Rothschild mid trying to take the throw in here and see if we can't make something happen. But nice lead ball out by Jenna McLean to Maddie. Oh, they're calling Maddie offsides. I don't believe that. I think she was well onside when that ball left. But I'm not the linesman down there, and unfortunately, that Glacier Peak attempt was thwarted because of an offsides call. Long ball again down this side. And Sarah Sarenka protects the ball and lets it go off the end line for a goal kick here for the Grizzlies. She was challenged strongly by Riley Zucker down there, number 17, trying to get her foot on the ball before it went out of bounds. Off the head of Vicky Goudreau. Send it. Not send it to the far side. It went right to Hawks. There's the ball going down the far side to the goalie. Unfortunately, she sent it a little too far for Jenna McLean to get up there and get that, but she was charging hard for it anyway. Ball on the far side, lost over there. Kaya Dayton was not very good at keeping that ball that time. Rebecca Rothschild midfield gets beat on the ball, but unfortunately back to Vicky Goudreau. Out the near side here to Paige Lepetsky. Passing the ball back to Vicky Goudreau from Maddie. And nice pass into Rebecca Rothschild, who did lose the ball from a defender. Here's a shot on goal. Long, wide. Nothing bashful about Lily Hart taking the shot. She took that shot from the 20-yard line. And unfortunately for them, it didn't go in, but if she had let that ball getting close to the top of that goal, Paul. Emily Pedersen just doesn't have the height to get to the top of the goal post there to stop that from going in. So, again, shot on goal by the Hawks. And the ball's again bouncing around midfield, ending up in control of the Hawks momentarily. And still in control of the Hawks, going down the far side. And attempted center blocked out of bounds on the far side will be a Hawk throw-in. I believe that was blocked by Kaya Dayton over there. At least she kept them from getting the ball up in the center. Nicely done, Kaya. Here's the throw-in up to center. Deflected out of bounds. And, they're saying that was off of the Grizzlies, and Emily wasn't able to get it before it went across the end line. So the Hawks will have another corner kick. And I believe that's Haley Tracy, or that's Allison Lorraine over there. Take that kick up in front of the goal again. And, just barely saved there by deflection off the leg of Vicky Goudreau into the hands of Emily Pedersen, or that would have been another goal for the Hawks here tonight. And that ball's off number 4, Claire Zucker, out of bounds. Little ball banging around there. Feeding back up to Jenna McLean. Cleared out down the far side line. Should come back to mid. And come back cross field here. Over the side to Paige. No, she's going to send it to nowhere, and that was not a good idea because it didn't get through. But Sarah made a mistake and then got it right back, so that ball's off the head of number 22, Lily Hart, into the hands of Emily Pedersen there at the goal tonight. So let's see if we can't get past midfield again this time, Grizzlies. Ball bouncing around head to head. Nobody really got control of it yet. Cluster of Mavericks over there as it's booted out of bounds for a Grizzly throw-in on the far side. 22 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in this contest. Mountlake Terrace Hawks leading 2-1. Knocked down on the field over there. Be a free kick for the Grizzlies. So you have Maddie Kuligowski, Jenna McLean down in front of the goal here for the right bounce and a possible chance to get it in the goal off the heads. Bouncing around quickly, and it goes out of bounds and off quickly. That was off the foot of Vicky Goudreau, and will be a Maverick or Hawk throw-in down there on the far side of the field. As close as the Grizzlies have gotten to a score here, pretty much in the second half, and off the head of Vicky Goudreau, out of bounds again for a throw-in as she moves further up the field. Oh, and there's a ball clear through. Got past Marissa Johnson, but saved by Sarah Sarenka on the far side. Picked up by Terrace Hawks, and a shot on goal again over the top of the goal post. They don't count unless they're lower than the goal post and go into the white net down there at the end of the field. Long ball up in the middle of the field again. Controlled momentarily by Rebecca Rothschild, and gets pushed around, and the ref calls shoving, illegal contact on the Hawks here. Here's the long ball again up in front. Controlled momentarily by Jenna McLean. Ball off, not the near side here, off the page of Petsky, out of bounds. Off the head of Page, into the feet of Vicky Goudreau. Still controlled by the Grizzlies. Nice pass in there by Maddie Kulagowski. Ball crossing the field. There's a lead pass through. Did not get through, unfortunately. Picked up by a nice defending Hawk there tonight. And still playing who's got the ball. As we kicking it back and forth. This one goes sailing out of bounds into the hands of Evan Hatch on the far side. Coach of the Mountlake Terrace Hawks here tonight. And that ball's deflected out of bounds off of the Hawks. Will be a Grizzly throw in on the far side. Closing in on 18 minutes here. Rebecca Rothschild with a feed through up front. Ball slid down. A little wrestling around and cleared out quickly by Terrace Hawks, but over to the near side, Paige Lepetsky's going to send one down the sidelines and too far out of bounds to result in a Hawk throw-in. Grizzlies trying to mount a little charge there as they move downfield. Off the head of Paige Lepetsky here near side. Nice long ball downfield. Cleared out on the far side by Kaya Dayton, which will be Hawks throw in. Ball's messing about in midfield up there. That's better ball control, and that was I think she was trying to sail that one instead of passing it because she passed it right off of the Grizzlies over there. There's a center right in, shot into goal to Emily Pedersen. Again, Hawks with a shot on goal. 17 minutes remaining here for Glacier Peak to get the equalizer or more, which they would hope for. Haley Tracy trying to control the ball out there and mispassed it forward. Haley got it again with a nice slide tackle. Nicely done, Haley. Ball on the far side, back in the middle to Rebecca. Rebecca back to Vicky. Now we're doing a few trip ball. Kia lost that ball over there. And that ball's bailed out on the far side. Number 22, Megan Brame enters the game. Vicky Goudreau, I think, is taking.
For Glacier Peak,
no,
number 22.
It's
Megan Brame replacing number 6, Sydney Mendenhall.
Sydney Mendenhall coming out. That ball's off the end line. Will be a goal kick for the Grizzlies. But again, you could call that another shot on goal. And again, if you scored this game on shots on goal and ball control, you'd be way ahead for the Hawks here tonight. And because of that, they do have a 2-1 lead. And there's a over the back Ellison Lorraine gets called for that over the back jumping there. There was contact, players. Can't believe the fans didn't think that was contact. Sarah Sarenka, goal kicker, will kick this ball from about the 46-yard line. See how far down she gets it. Down the far side. Over there to Megan Brain, and she loses it out of bounds for Hawks throw in, and the ball still playing bounce around off the heads of the girls, and finally back in control of the Hawks as they move downfield to the mid. That's Lily Hart with some control ball over there, but they end up losing it out of bounds.
Thank you very much, sir. We will. Go to the beach.
14 minutes to go here. The Grizzlies can't seem to mount an attack and keep the ball down on their end of the field very long. So quite good defensive play by Terrace Hawks here, as there no pushover tonight for the Grizzlies.
Well, the stream just went sideways.
Long throw in down line. That throw was to Beck Rothschild, and she immediately loses control of it. And that ball's downfield and centered by the Grizzlies. As Megan Brame over there is going to get called for a little extra activity, I think. Little heavy pushing. That should be a free kick from right about there for Terrace, and that's the same thing as a corner kick, basically. A threat on goal, an attempt to score here. And certainly a very good potential right up in front of the goal. And headed out by one of the Grizzlies to the far side. Terrace still has the ball under control and is trying to get to center there. And still keeping it in on the corner. Double booting. This ball's still in there as Sarah fights her for it. And there's a center ball over the far side to Kia Dayton, finally clearing it out over the top. Jenna McLean picking up the ball over there, passing it back. Nice feed control, but that ball was centered to nowhere. Got to maintain control of the balls, ladies. And Terrace again runs the ball up on the far side there. Nice move. Another ball centered across the front of the goal, and that ball is going to sail out of bounds. I don't think the ref saw that. I thought it was out of bounds. Going to be a throw in here. Riley Zucker is going to throw this ball in toward the center of the goal, and she does. And that ball is off the end line. It'll be a corner kick for the Grizzlies here. Substitution for Terrace Hawks here. Number 10, Maddie Powers, leaves. And
Mountlake Terrace coming on the field, number 14, Isabel Kimball, replacing number 10, Maddie Powers.
Isabel Kimball is the player that came on for the Hawks here as we close in. Ball struggling in the middle of the field there. There's a long ball. Feed through. She's not offside if she can get there. Ball's going down. If that ball goes out, that should be a corner for the Grizzlies. And the linesman is calling a substitution, I guess, as Isabel Kohler enters the game here for Kia Dayton.
For Glacier Peak, coming on the field, number 7, Izzy Kohler, replacing number 16, Kaya Dayton.
And that does turn out to be a goal kick here for. And Sarah Sarenka sends that one off the sidelines here again as the Hawks threaten as they move the ball down the field quickly with a large throw in down the middle and back in the middle over to Vicky Goudreau trying to control it, loses control of it in the midfield there. It does picked up. That ball is centered out to nowhere and picked up back in control of the Hawks. And that ball does go out of bounds, and it will be Hawks throw in. Nice defensive play by number 11, Danya Gavingi. There's the throw in up in front of the goal. And finally fallen on by Emily Pedersen. I'm not sure that was what anybody intended there. And lucky break for the Grizzlies. That ball didn't get squirt out the other direction and go in the goal. Again, strong play by the Hawks here. Grizzlies trying to loot that long ball over the top. Can't seem to get it in the air anywhere near a Grizzly. And that ball's out of bounds. Off of Maddie Kolagowski here on this side. It'd be a Hawks throw in. Double header, board hit the ground. Rebecca Rothschild's in pursuit over there of McKenna Hunt as she sends the ball down the far side into the hands of Emily Pedersen for a goal kick here. Emily working out the midfield, sends it down the far side. Ball is played back to the goalie. Again up in the air as Rebecca tries to get in position to get that ball up in her head but does not make it. That's going to be a call by the ref, I think, for a takedown. Free kick for Mountlake Terrace Hawks from right at midfield. That's a takedown like in wrestling. It's a takedown. Yeah, no points for takedowns in soccer, but nice free kick down the far side, deflected off. And struggling to get control of the ball here, ends up in control of Terrace Hawks. Marissa Johnson gets beat up in front, and that ball goes. Nice shot on goal there. I think that was number 22, Lily Hart, with that goal, putting three scores on the board here for the Mountlake Terrace Hawks. Clock ticks down under 6 minutes here to go. Jocelyn Matheny is in the ball game now for the Hawks. As Jenna McLean comes out. Jenna only had a couple of chances to touch the ball down there tonight because the Grizzlies can't seem to get the ball downfield far enough to get chances for shot on goal here. In fact, I don't think they really had a shot on goal here this half yet. And here's a possible chance if they can get control of the ball, but they do not, as the Hawks clearly control the ball out of bounds on the far side. That little maneuver there, again controlled by the Hawks, downfield. Now the Grizzlies have control again, but that ball is fed through, missed. Pass to Rebecca Rothschild up front. Rebecca turned an ankle, I think, as she tried to reach for that ball. And looks like she's up and walking all right. The referee stops playing momentarily. She's trying to work out that tweak in that ankle. The referee allows play on. Traditional kick the ball back to the goalie, and not sure what the formality of that little thing is, whether the ref didn't just give the ball to the goalie. There's again a long ball played down the far side, and that ball is knocked out of bounds by Danya Kavingi on the far side. It'd be a Grizzly throw-in. 3 minutes and about 10 seconds left to go as this ball gets down the front and cleared out nicely. And Grizzlies almost got beat again as that ball goes out of bounds on the near side here. Or Hawks throw-in. 3-1 Hawks with 3 minutes left to go in this match here tonight. Grizzlies not playing the same game they played Tuesday night against the Arlington team. I think gonna have to do some adjusting here at practice next week for the Grizzlies. Figure out how to maintain that same level of play. There's a nice shot cross on goal by Riley Zucker, right into the goalie's hands. Again, strong offensive play here by Mountlake Terrace Hawks tonight. Lots of flying around over on the far side of the field. A little shove down by the Grizzlies. We end up in a free kick just past the 50-yard line over there.
Remaining time tonight will be kept on the field.
For the Hawks. And does get the ball back in control. And a shot right on goal, right to Emily Pedersen again. Hawks are really threatening. I probably think they've had half a dozen or more good shots on goal this half. And they've played well to get the ball down there. We're under the 2-minute mark now, which is being kept on the field by the referee, probably getting closer to that 1-minute mark. Grizzlies try to get the ball upfield again, and controlled strongly by number 22 there, Lily Hart. And there's a ball rolling to the goalie, and Emily comes out and gets it. And again, that ball was deflected. Paige Lepetsky trying to get the ball and get it back in quickly. And she does. To no avail as the ball is sent downfield, back and forth, into the hands, into the feet of the Terrace Hawks here tonight. There's a knockdown over here by Sarah Sarenka, and that's going to get called. And again, there's a threat on a potential shot on goal here. This could be their last attempt on goal. If she does not get this in and the Grizzlies get control of the ball to get it back out to midfield, I think this match is over. So 3-1 Terrace right now, as we're looking at a potential scoring opportunity here for the Hawks in the closing minutes of the game. And that's right up in front of the goal and kicked out, fortunately, by Grizzlies back to midfield. And another long shot on goal bouncing right into the hands of Emily Pedersen. And as she kicks this ball out to midfield, I'm betting that the referee's going to turn around and blow his whistle momentarily. He hasn't got it in his mouth yet, but the ball's bouncing back and forth. He's added some stoppage time for injuries, I guess, at this point, because we passed the 2-minute mark. But that ball goes out of bounds on this side here for a Hawk throw-in. And he's taking a look at his watch down there. I think Vernon Winters is getting ready to drop this game. The ball's threatened up in front of the goal. Long shot down off the far end line. And that will be a goal kick for the Grizzlies. And this one will probably do it, as Sarah Sharenka gets ready to lay this one out midfield for the Grizzlies. And the ball is down, out, and over. Bouncing in the air still. This match is not over yet, but still strongly in control. She was offside, so referee doesn't care. He's letting her kick the ball, and this is probably going to be it this time. Yep. There it is right there. He calls the game. Mountlake Terrace Hawks win this match here tonight 3-1, much to the dismay of the Glacier Peak Grizzlies, who were hoping to come in strong off of that Tuesday night victory over Arlington. So this game tonight for the Grizzlies against Terrace, they have 4 more games on the regular schedule. Next week, Tuesday, they're out of town for Oak Harbor and Marysville Getchell on Tuesday and Thursday next week. And returning the following week for a Monday, Wednesday games against Meadowdale and Shorecrest. Mountlake Terrace Hawks have 3 more games on their regular schedule next week at Edmonds Woodway, and then Arlington and Marysville Getchell at home. So hopefully things will look better next week for the Grizzlies. And thank you for tuning in tonight. Grizzlies 1, Mountlake Terrace Hawks 3. It's Ron Henthorn for STSPN. Todd Elby's on the board here tonight, and maybe later some film of a drone flying over the field during halftime, or at least a few pictures here and there up on our site. So thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed that game tonight. We'll see you next time and tomorrow night for Glacier Peak homecoming football game at Veterans Memorial Stadium right in downtown Snohomish. Thanks again and good night.